Welcome to Roll America, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, for the final roll course event of the season, the Atlant-X 225K. And we have big news coming in. Kirk Jones announced over this week that he will form his own team starting next season, racing together with the song Ricky Jones was in the Canadian Late Model Series until this season. Overton Motorsports and Kirk Jones have been an item since 1994. And I think everyone thought this was gonna be a perfect marriage. But alas, seems like love does not last forever. Joel cites irreconcilable differences that led to his exit, and he has alluded to talking about those differences come the end of the season. We'll just know what made him leave the team that helped him on his way to this single title in the series in 2004. We'll see what's gonna happen. In brighter news and in silly season, Blythe Johnson Motorsports announced they will finally return to full-time competition with SV Richardson running the 58 across all year in 2018. This comes as a reward for Richardson, someone who had fought so hard to get a full-time ride last year, was left hanging. Blythe Johnson gave her a lot of trust in the 58 car, and it worked out. Richardson was a constant contender for wins and fought a lot to win the title. So I think it's a fantastic surprise and a fantastic reward for Richardson. Now let's get to talk about this race. Taking the pole position is Rebecca Pellerin alongside Tammy Barton. Pellerin's brother, Luke Pellerin, starts in 4th. Tammy Barton's sister, Lucy Barton, starts in 10th. So this battle between Luke Star Motorsports and Nelson Racing seen front from over, and it's starting to heat up ever more. Ruby Carson, another driver hopefully fighting for contendership, starts in 3rd. Roddy Samples, Connie Brooks, Ibiki Murata, 3rd, roll 3 through 4, and Thomas Tucker starts in the 9th position, trying to gain some precious points this weekend. Only one car failed to qualify as 37 cars attempted for 36 spots. Janie Shaw goes home empty-handed. The air temperature here in Elkhart Lake is a little bit hotter than usual, 83 degrees Fahrenheit. The track temperature, 102 degrees, quite hotter than usual. This could mean problems for the pit cycle, as you see on the next graphic. This race is going to be 35 laps long, 142 miles, 225 kilometers. Pit window between 8 to 10 laps across this 4-mile circuit. So tires might be under increased strain, and this might mean a more crazier, shifty pit cycle situation. We'll see what happens.
Leading the field to the green here in Road America is gonna be the 27 of Rebecca Pellerin. The green flag is in the air, and as you see, she's head to head with Tammy Barton. This is gonna be a dead heat as they pour down into the turn number 1 as a land rush is formed by the 36 car field. Coming out of turn number 1, Tammy Barton has the preferred line, but she cannot get to finishing the move. Rebecca Pellerin runs away with the lead. Ruby Carson is gonna take 2nd place, rounding out the third turn of the track, coming down one of the big straightaways of this very long circuit that is Road America. Rebecca Pellerin leads away. 2nd place is gonna be Ruby Carson. 3rd place, Tammy Barton. 4th place is gonna be Luke Pellerin. As you see, 5th place gonna be Ronnie Samples coming down to turn number 5. Hard braking point of the track. There goes Ruby Carson to the inside. Cannot get it done. Rebecca Pellerin comes out on top. As they go up after the Moraine sweep, coming down to Hurry Downs, it is Rebecca Pellerin, sovereign so far, but in turn 5, you see contact between the 85 of Charlie Faulkner and Tegan Robertson. This is such a hard breaking point, and there's just so many cars pouring in. It's hard for that to not happen, And it's unfortunately when it does. And there's contact between Kelly Ashcroft and Jamal Schmidt. Jamal Schmidt takes the contact but gives the receipt. This is the battle for 17th place, bear in mind, as they come down to the carousel. Barton to the inside of Ruby Carson, as you see, as they were entering the carousel right ahead of the contact between Schmidt and Ashcroft. And Barton's gonna take second place. Luke Bellerin's gonna try to have a peek for the third position. He sticks it on the inside. Ronnie Samples is waiting in the wings as we start lap number 2. Rebecca Pellerin leads Tammy Barton and Luke Bellerin. And you're gonna see on the replay the pass Luke Bellerin did on Ruby Carson as he dives on the inside. Coming out of just a little bit after Canada corner turns 13-14, and as they go up the hill to the start-finish line, it is Luke Bellerin in third place. Once again, turn 5, there goes Tammy Barton chasing down Rebecca Pellerin. Is it gonna be enough? Looks like it won't, but she's gonna be just about near enough to be a very, very big spoke on the wheel. Not spoke on the wheel, but a very big bother to the 27 of Rebecca Pellerin as Luke Bellerin and Ruby Carson fight for the third position as they come down hurry downs. In the back of the field as we open lap number 3, Emily Pavang into the pits. A lot of damage on the rear of that car. Pitting with her is Caitlin Richler, though Richler does not have damage. This is just gonna be a straightaway undercut. Up front now, Tammy Barton dives on the inside as they start lap number 4. Is it enough? Not yet. As they go under the sign, is it gonna be enough now as they come down to turn number 3? Barton has the nose ahead. Is it enough? And now they're gonna go through Moraine, sweep in the fourth corner. They're side by side, head to head. This is a very even battle between the substitute to Stan Gustafsson, Tammy Barton, who has shown a lot of promise in only the few races she has ran this year. She took over this car around, I might be mistaken, but I think she took it on either Ducasa or Trois Riviere, and since then she has just been one of the front runners as she comes out in front exiting turn number 7. And coming out the Canada corner, Pellerin giving chase to the number 97. Can't quite get it through, but she's gonna set up the move on turns 13-14. Barton's on the inside, but Pellerin throws the car deep. And Pellerin's gonna go around the outside for the lead of the race once again. Coming out of turn number 14, Tammy Barton will not get the lead lap bonus yet. But Tammy Barton's gonna be a pretty big bother for Rebecca Pellerin as it has been shown through this early goings on. Rebecca Pellerin leads lap number 4, and on lap number 4 too, Kelly Ashcroft decides to go for the undercut together with the 52 of Ibiki Murata, the 43 of Lee Schmidt, and the 22 of Riley McKee. As you take a peek at Connie Brooks battling with the 81 of Corbin Dempsey. This is the battle for the 7th position. There's contact between the 0 of Joy Torkson and the 81 of Corbin Dempsey. We have pretty much ignored all of the battles across the field due to the sheer insanity as you see a 3 wide on turn number 3 coming to the Moraine sweep. Corbin Dempsey's gonna take the 6th spot, and there goes Joy Torkson past Connie Brooks as well. Battle for 4th position, actually 7th spot. Battle for the 4th position is between Luke Pellerin and Lucy Barton. 5th place is gonna be Ronnie Samples. And then you see, and that pack you just saw going 3 wide at Road America of all places is the battle for 7th. As Lucy Barton now giving chase to the 88. Is it gonna be enough? She has the nose right there as they're gonna come down to the kink. And problems for the 18 tire down on Mac Henley's 18 Black Machine. It is gonna be problematic as he tries to merge out of the racing line. The 14 goes through as they're gonna come down to the kink. The 200 is gonna go through. That could have been dangerous. Also, the 3 almost also very precarious spot to blow a tire. By lap number 7, Barton and Pellerin continue to be all over each other. This is gonna be the tonic of this race by the looks of it. Barton tries to make the move on Canada, and they're gonna go down 13-14. Barton now on the outside. Is she gonna get Bellerin with the same move Bellerin did on her? Looks like she will. Tammy Barton around the outside, rounding out the final corner to go uphill. And Tammy Barton is gonna take the lead. Rebecca Bellerin goes a little bit off, and she's gonna lose a little time. Using this lap as an opportunity, Luke Bellerin leads the first group of pit stops, at least on cycle, in theoretical cycle, on lap number 7. We expect this pit cycle to go around until, I guess, lap number 10. I think the tires have been wasting at least one lap earlier than usual. Connie Brooks also chooses to go in on turn number 5. It is a battle now for 6th place between the 81, the 0, and the 9. These three have not left each other alone as they have gone through Ronnie Samples. And now the leaders come in. Barton and Bellerin, Carson, Lucy Barton. As they open lap number 9, they pitted on lap number 8, opening lap number 9. You see more cars coming in. Now the 81, the 0, and the 9. Then you see Ronnie Samples, Blake Chandler, 58 Ashley Richardson, 69 Peter Johnson, Kelly Ashcroft is gonna stay out. And that undercut she did on lap 4, is it gonna be enough for her to take the lead? We're gonna have to watch as she rounds out the final corner, takes the start-finish line. Let's look attentively. And she passes the 27. Does she pass the 97? No! Terrible stop for Rebecca Bellerin. Tammy Barton comes out on top and opens a gap over the 77 and the 98. Rebecca Bellerin had a terrible pit stop. And in the back of the field, Brett Finley into the back of the 0, Joy Turks and Corbin Dempsey into the back of Brett Finley, into the wall, in front of the field. And there's nowhere to go. Blake Chandler almost hits him. Ronnie Samples, Connie Brooks, big contact. 50 Joy Vicky Murata, Ashley Richardson in it. Big crash 9 laps in, coming out of turn number 1. Brett Finley, when Joy Torkson was merging, made contact with the 0, went wide. The 81 went for the space, ended up hooking the back end of the 15, and from then on, it was chaos. The 15 spins around in front of the field, coming under the sign as Tucker avoids him, Chandler avoids him, but then Ronnie Samples couldn't. Connie Brooks got the 15 thrown right in her direction, threw the 15 into the direction of the 52. Nothing the 58 could have done as the 15 became a pinwheel, and you're gonna see another contact right there as you see the smoke pouring out of the number 7 of Ronnie Samples, who loses control of the car, taps the rear end of the 85, and Charlie Faulkner goes into the kitty litter. Everyone's gonna take this opportunity on lap 10 to go into the pits except for Rebecca Bellerin. Rebecca Bellerin goes into the pits. Kelly Ashcroft used this caution period to be on cycle with everyone, and now let's take a look. Everybody's just gonna take a splash. So they're pouring fuel, and there goes Tammy Barton first. Second place is gonna be Ruby Carson. Luke Bellerin loses 1 position to Lucy Barton. Barton comes out in 3rd. Actually 4th in theory, and Luke Bellerin is gonna be 5th. Corbin Dempsey, Peter Johnson, Thomas Tucker, Megan McDonald, Joy Torkson, the 55, Jamal Schmidt, Blake Chandler right there, and that's the field when we get the restart on lap 13. And Tammy Barton already gets a pretty good restart. They're still very side by side with each other as Ruby Carson had a tire go down under caution. I guess there was something flared up in the bodywork of the 77. But as you see coming out of turn number 1, there goes Rebecca Bellerin. Luke Bellerin now backing her up, being an annoyance to Lucy Barton. And in the back of the field, there's contact. The 59, the 03, the 99. Involved the 8, the 2, and that's a big mess. The 83, no caution. Everybody keeps going on. So the officials decided to not throw a full course yellow, only a local caution, and that is your championship leader, ladies and gentlemen. As we approach 20 laps to go in this marathon in Road America, Blake Chandler has a lot of damage, and this is definitely gonna throw the championship in disarray. In the front of the field, you see his rivals for the championship, the 27, the 88, bump from the 81 on the 98, and now the 27, the 88, the 98 are all over each other, and whoever comes out on top here might have a pretty valuable shot at the championship lead. As things are shifting constantly, you see the 9 also back there, right behind the 81 and the and I couldn't see which other car. But as you see, there goes the 9 on the inside of the 81, trying to make a double move on the 88 as well as they come up the hill. Is it gonna be enough? The 98 clears Pellerin, and Thomas Tucker is gonna cross the line in front of Pellerin, but not clear him yet, and he clears Luke Pellerin as they come downhill. One big surprise we're seeing, especially after this restart, is the 3 of Kira Downer right there in the top 20, and the 14 of Adam Patterson. Seems like the 14 crew finally came alive, but it just looks like it's too late. This has been, by all means, a disastrous rookie season for Adam Patterson, but someone who came alive, and it hasn't been a disastrous season, has been more a season of redemption after the disqualification at Carbondale, which was seen as a very harsh measure by the officials. I think everybody agreed that disqualification was unnecessary. Is Kristen Young. She's been racking up good result after good result in the last few weeks, and from a driver that was just making up the ranks, she's actually becoming a little bit of a threat for top 10s. Right now she's running 19th, but it's a good result regardless. As we are closing in on lap number 16, there will be 20 laps to go. Lucy Barton comes into the pits, and there's a reason. Look at the bodywork in the rear of that car. There's a lot of damage. You see now taking 4th place is going to be Corbin Dempsey, followed by Luke Pellerin, Peter Johnson. Another big surprise right there. Joy Torkson also right there despite the damage. Megan McDonald having a fantastic run within the top 10. And we're having quite a good race right now. The battle for the lead continues as the 9 started to catch up to both Pellerin and Barton. The 97 and 27 haven't been away from each other for a single minute. Coming out of the final corner, Barton goes a little bit wide. That opens the door for Thomas Tucker, and there goes Rebecca Pellerin into the pits. I think she's anticipating the pit cycle, so she comes in, and the battle for the lead is this now. Thomas Tucker versus Tammy Barton. Tucker tried to get a move in the straightaway, will not be able to. Barton has the nose ahead as they are gonna come into turn number 1. Hard braking point. Tucker still side by side under the sign. Still Barton about to clear him. Down turn number 3, Barton clears him, and now they're gonna go down. Moraine sweeping towards turn number 5 as Corbin Dempsey approaches. After pitting, you see how Rebecca Pellerin's right ahead of Lucy Barton and Ruby Carson. Those two pitted. Lucy Barton due to the rear end body work damage, Ruby Carson due to blowing a tire before the restart. And by the time we get to lap 17, approaching lap 18, Tammy Barton in, Thomas Tucker out, Corbin Dempsey in, Luke Pellerin out, Joy Turkson in, Peter Johnson out, Sandy O'Nolan, Megan McDonald in, Jamal Schmidt, Kelly Ashcroft, Lee Schmidt, Emily Povin, and Mac Henley out, Kristen Young, Kira Downer, Riley McKee in, Adam Patterson out, Kip Lemon out, Tegan Robertson in, Kirk Jones in, and Caitlin Richter out. Kip Lemon's another of the drivers having a very good run. He's outside of the top 20 by now, but doesn't mean that's going to be a factor as the race is going to wear on. Kip Lemon continues to run in a very solid result. Tammy Barton comes out of the pits, and she's going to come out ahead of the 3 drivers that pitted already. Pellerin, Barton, Lucy Barton, and Ruby Carson. This is very good for her. As you see, Lucy Barton and Rebecca Pellerin battling for the 2nd position as Joy Torkson approaches. And you see how they're going through the Moraine sweep, how the 0 car Torkson, the black machine, is already all over them. As they evolve away Moraine sweep into station 5, Pellerin seems to have the nose ahead, and that's indeed will be the case. However, they're the drivers that pitted. There's a few drivers that haven't pitted, and we're gonna take a look as Thomas Tucker led the lap. He's gonna round out the final corner, go uphill, and he's gonna have his scheduled pit stop on lap number 18. He comes in. Let's see what's gonna happen. And Luke Pellerin in, Peter Johnson in, so everyone that stayed out is gonna keep it going except for Kip Lemon, who's gonna extend his run just a little bit. He has the fuel to do it. I don't see why not do it. That's free TV time. And you're following Tammy Barton now. Let's see if the strategy worked. Let's see if undercutting Thomas Tucker is gonna work. She comes through the start-finish line, passes the 14, passes the 99. And I cannot see where she is ahead of Peter Johnson, which means she's still behind the 9. And Luke Bellerin takes the lead on the pits. Fantastic stop for the 88 team. Luke Bellerin vaults over Thomas Tucker in the pits, takes the lead, and now Tammy Barton falls to 3rd place. Lucy Barton 4th, Ruby Carson 5th. And you see how Ruby Carson's chasing down the 98, trying to get more position. She's gonna have to pit earlier again because, remember, she pitted on the restart due to a tire failure. So she's gonna have to pit for a second time. She's gonna have to pit for her, I believe it's gonna be her 3rd time this race, before everyone else on terms of fuel run. As you see, the 9 and the 88 battling each other. And there goes the 97 approaching. This is gonna be a very fun run. I think we have these 3 under a blanket. Thomas Tucker goes awfully wide, missed the braking point entirely, and now the 97 is all over him. Coming to lap 21, 15 laps to go. Ruby Carson makes her second to last stop. Theoretically, we don't know what's gonna happen later on. We don't know if you're gonna get a caution at an opportune time, which would force I think 3 pit stops or 2 more pit stops. We're gonna have to make the accounting. Adam Patterson currently 15th. He's actually been holding up this entire group. Right behind him is Megan McDonald. Right behind McDonald is Jamal Schmidt. Then you have Riley McKee. Then you have Kristen Young. Everybody's being held up by the 14 as they come down. Moraine sweep. Lucy Barton has caught Tammy Barton. And now it's gonna be a 4-car battle for the lead of the race. Let's see what's gonna happen. Looks like it's fine. Tammy Barton does not have the preferred line, but she's able to defend against her older sister. This has been a very interesting run as both sisters have one-upped each other ever since Tammy got that seat when Sten Gustafsson unfortunately got injured, broke both of his legs in Talladega. But Sten Gustafsson, he has been recovering extremely well, and we expect to see him back in the North American Auto Club come 2018, and I think everybody's gonna give him a very warm welcome. The Swede has been one of the most fun characters in the field. As you see, Charlie Faulkner right there in 12th, Kira Downer running in 13 now, and Kira Downer having a fantastic run. The modified driver has had a very difficult season, not because of her own faults, just because the car is not up to par. Kristen Young in 16th runs into the 55 because Jamal Schmidt was held up by Adam Patterson. She did not anticipate the checkup, and she ends up paying dearly for it. You can see how that hood is all sorts of kicked up as the 14 continues to hold everybody. There goes the 55. Look at how hard Jamal Schmidt slides, trying to free himself from the 14th. There he goes, finally. He's free from the clutches of Adam Patterson, but it took getting hit in the rear for it. Kristen Young's also looks like she's gonna dive despite the hood damage. Nope, not enough. As they're gonna come through the Canada corner. Is it gonna be enough for Kristen Young to make the move? Riley McKee is right behind her. He dives on the inside. He dives again on Patterson. Puts it side by side. And Riley McKee taking no prisoners. Knows he has to gain those positions. And he's gonna do it by the outside. Around the outside goes the Canadian from Trois-Rivières. Fantastic stuff as Kristen Young now tries to dive again on the 14, and she's gonna pit. McKee's gonna pit. They almost make contact on pit entrance, the 14 to 33, and this has been a very fun run. Kirk Jones is currently running in the modified. Oh! Mac Henley into the back of the 58. Mac Henley into the back of the 58. They make contact there, and Kirk Jones gonna be forced to be on a 3 wide. You can see how the front end of the 32 is all sorts of broken. What if I told you he broke it when he hit a curb a little bit too hard? That's what happened. Lucy Barton comes out of the pits to get hit by Tegan Robertson. Again, more damage on the rear of the 98. Unnecessary. It's just an unfortunate place to merge here in Road America, and she has to pay an unfortunate and honestly to a certain point unfair price. She was currently running in 5th place. Stan Tammy Barton confused. The car is Tammy Barton's, the number originally from Stan Gustafson. Tammy Barton on the inside of the 9. And now Tammy is second place and she's giving chase to Luke Pellerin. Diving to Canada corner. Pellerin breaks earlier. Barton throws the car deep in. And there goes Tammy Barton right on the rear of the 88. Is she gonna try the outside? Luke Pellerin going a little bit wide, a little bit wider than he should. You can see the 97 shaking him a little bit. And by the following lap, she's gonna try the outside. Is it gonna work? Is Tammy Barton gonna make it on the outside? She will, and Luke Pellerin just gives up, pits. Rebecca Pellerin sees that, and she also pits. And I think that shook him so much that he knew his tires were shot. He couldn't afford to keep battling, or else he'd lose more time and maybe lose the position without having to pit. Tammy Barton now leads. 12 laps to go. Thomas Tucker directly behind her. This has been the tonic of the race. This really close battles for the lead. We haven't had a lot of time to look at the rest of the field because the battle for the lead has been frenetic. And in the back of the field, we're finally gonna get a breather. We finally get a breather as the fuel pressure on the 36 car past the pit entrance. Tegan Robertson has to stop. She stops outside of the traffic, but still that car stopped on the racing line. And you see everyone coming at the pits. Matt turns a lap down. Ignore him. He's gonna have to pit on the following lap. But as you see, everybody comes into the pits with no exception so far. And this is basically gonna be it. You see, Ruby Carson, who is in a completely different pit cycle, cycles back in. Tammy Barton comes out in first, Luke Pellerin in second, Thomas Tucker in third, Peter Johnson fourth, Joy Turkson fifth, Rebecca Pellerin falls all the way, I think 6th or 7th there. And a good pit stop for Luke Pellerin again. He's back on the position he shouldn't have left. And the number 3 of Kira Downer breaks down. She's gonna have to head into the pits. She was having such a good run. Had just a normal pit stop, a fairly slow pit stop, fell from 13th to 21st, but her race goes on a damper, a very unfortunate one at that. And now you follow the 88 and the 97 as they're gonna round out the final corner for what should be the final restart of the race. With around 7 laps to go, that's around a full fuel cycle, so we might be looking at a fuel mileage finish. There's gonna be 7 laps to go, and the green flag is out. Rebecca Pellerin already trying to make something happen there on the restart. And there goes Rebecca Pellerin on the inside, forcing the 3 wide from 6th on ahead. Tammy Barton on the outside. She's gonna retain the lead over Luke Pellerin. Thomas Tucker is gonna use that opportunity to put it side by side with Pellerin as they come down turn number 3, and Tucker clears him before the corner as they enter the Moraine sweep. And there goes Tucker to second. Pellerin jumps from 6th to 4th. Peter Johnson had a terrible restart. Ruby Carson there forcing a 3 wide down the sweep as they're coming down to corner number 5, and it's gonna be 97, 9, 88. A little bump from Pellerin on Tucker, from Luke Pellerin on Tucker. The fact that the 2 Pellerins are nose to tail is making it a little bit hard to call this. But with 7 laps to go, Tammy Barton on the inside, and I think this rhythm they're driving might be a little bit too frenetic. It might actually end up costing them dearly, because remember, the harder you drive, the more fuel you spend, and generally the fuel runs here are at a minimum 7 laps. If you didn't put enough fuel, you're gonna suffer. In the back of the field, you see there Megan McDonald working her way forward, making up as much ground as she can on the outside of the number 2. Lee Schmidt right behind her, her teammate, and I think a little bit ahead, 2 cars ahead, is their teammate, the 55 of Jamal Schmidt. Blake Chandler, despite the damage, still running 25th place. Far from an ideal result, obviously, but at least the points damage is not going to be that big. And there's a tire blowout again on the 77. Guys, if you have 1 tire blowout, okay, but if you have 2 tire blowouts, fix the bodywork. The 2 of Caitlin Rickler, I don't know where she hit someone, but you can see the hood in that car's kicked up. The hood may have kicked up just due to the air pressure. We don't know. She had to go into the pits. And she's gonna have to put a splash of fuel, so that might put her safe to the finish. And you see how the top 5 is nose to tail. Corbin Dempsey gives a healthy bump to the 27 on turn number 5. Tries to put it side by side, coming up to 6. Doesn't get it done. Oh, he can. He almost does. They're side by side, coming to 7 and hurry downs. And the tire goes down on the 98. Tire down on Lucy Barton's car. She was running 7. She was looking to gain a humongous amount of points over Blake Chandler, and that is all for naught. And this puts Thomas Tucker, Luke Pellerin, Rebecca Pellerin, nose to tail on the catbird seat as Thomas Tucker ready to make a move on Tammy Barton coming to Canada corner. He's gonna dive. Is the dive bomb gonna work? Luke Pellerin watching this one attentively. He dives. He's almost clearing her. 13-14 is gonna be a big move as he comes to the inside. Barton's gonna throw that car deep, but Tucker can throw deeper and around the outside. The 9 takes the lead of the race. Luke Pellerin having a look on the inside of turn 15, coming up the hill. They're side by side. Rebecca Pellerin now suffering from an attack by Corbin Dempsey. Dempsey now is in 4th place, and Thomas Tucker leads away as we enter the final 5 laps of this race. And you see Alessandro Nolan right there in the 6th position. Peter Johnson running in 7th, 8th places. Joey Turkson having a fantastic run. As a matter of fact, he's not a road course ringer by any means. His deal's super speedways, but he's having a fantastic run regardless. And in the back of the field, told you. Charlie Faulkner's gonna try to do an undercut. I think he's betting no one has enough fuel. He pits with 4 laps to go. This is gonna be a splash and go, and I think he's cooking something. Let's see what he cooks. Let him cook. And the fuel pressure gauges fall once again on the 36. This time is very near the entrance of the pits, so they just push her to the entrance. She gets it going, and we will need no caution. Tammy Barton has lost a lot of ground to Thomas Tucker at this rate. I don't know if she's trying to save fuel or if Tucker is just that fast naturally, but the 88 and the 97 have lost a lot of ground. One thing I might be thinking, I think they're saving fuel, and Thomas Tucker decided to go and pit earlier, and I think they know he's cooking. Charlie Faulkner was definitely cooking something as everybody comes in for one final splash at 3 laps to go, coming to 2 laps to go. Nobody looks to have enough fuel. Tucker in. Let's see how much gas they put in. This should be a very quick stop. There he goes. He's coming out. Pellerin coming into her pit stall. Leaving the pits is gonna be Tucker. Look, Pellerin vaults over the 97. Corbin Dempsey's gonna vault over the 97. Looks by the looks of it. And it is 38 ahead of the 97. Tammy Barton lost 3 positions on a green flag pit stop. This is a disaster for that pit crew. It was only a fuel stop. And as you see, look at the 85. For someone who was down on the kitty litter 20 laps ago, he's now in 6th place on a master class in knowing when to pit. Lucas Calhoun currently running in 8th place. He has yet 8th place. He was scored when they started to pit. He's second to Megan McDonald. Lee Schmidt also trying to pull a fuel saving master stroke, but it does not look like that's gonna happen. They come into the pits with 1 lap to go. Their objective is trying to pry off a top 10. As when everybody else went to the pits, they were running 7th through 9th. Let's see if that works out when the final results come. And coming to take the white flag, Thomas Tucker has a massive lead over the rest of the field. He maintains it very, very calmly, and he just needs to bring it home. This should be his 3rd win of the year. He won at Langhorne. He won at Nashville, and he's coming to win at Road America. 3 different wins in 3 wildly different tracks. Luke Pellerin finds himself in 2nd place, a big points day for the 88 team. Demi Barton falls to 4th, Alessandro Nolan 5th. In 6th place is going to be Charlie Faulkner. A fantastic master stroke by the 85. I have to stress that. Rebecca Pellerin right there in 7th. Blake Chandler must be angry. He's driving angry, trying to gain as much time as he can, but it does not look like that's gonna happen. He's gonna have to settle for 26th place. Your championship leader is damaged. But rounding out the final corner in the business end of the field, at the point, with a fantastic fuel-only pit stop with 3 laps to go, Thomas Tucker is gonna break through and win his 3rd win of the year in the last 5 weekends. In what can only be described as an insane finish, Thomas Tucker comes out on top, Luke Pellerin 2nd. This is gonna be a big game for both of them in the championship standings. Demi Barton closes her day in 4th place, Corbin Dempsey in 3rd. Charlie Faulkner closes the top 5 on a fuel mileage master stroke. He jumped from 21st when he pitted to 5th. Alessandro Nolan in 6th, Rebecca Pellerin 7th. That's gonna gain her quite a few points over Blake Chandler and Lucy Martin. Megan McDonald, Peter Johnson, a big surprise in 9th, and Lucas Calhoun, another surprise, closing out the top 10. Now the new leader in the championships, Thomas Tucker, 6 points over Blake Chandler. Rebecca Pellerin vaults herself over Lucy Barton for 3rd. Luke Pellerin now joins the top 5, only 56 points behind. Lucy Barton drops to 4th place. Caitlin Richler loses a few points that she couldn't have lost, now finds herself 71 points behind in the 6th position. Kirk Jones, Kelly Ashcroft, Ruby Carson, and Joy Torgson close out the top 10. In the Rookie of the Year battle, things are static. Blake Chandler continues to lead despite not making as many points as he could have had. The next race for the North American Auto Club is the penultimate weekend of the season, the final triple header weekend of the year in Texas World Speedway and College Station, the Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, and the Houston Super Speedway, and you guessed it, Houston. I will see you next time.